Okay, hello and welcome to the My Hero Academia podcast. This is episode 105. My name is Sophie and with me here today is Kendra.
Hello, greetings.
Greetings to you, ma'am. And James.
Hi, also greetings.
And Gary.
Greetings and salutations.
I don't know why I said it like I was an alien. I was going to be like, greetings from Canada or something. I don't know.
I was thinking like Charlotte's Web on mine, but go on.
Very nice. So this week we have the new manga chapter, but we have no news. We do have Horikoshi's awful comment, and he said, I've switched to doing the final touches digitally since page 19 of the last chapter. I'll work hard to get used to it soon. It is hard to change your style up, so...
Yeah, I thought that was pretty amazing that it's taken him that long. Everything else has been hand-drawn then. That's amazing.
I wonder if part of it might be a change because of COVID. Like, I know Oda was talking about having to, like, kind of work a little bit slower and on what he's doing because of COVID. So maybe, like, it's like, I don't know. It's just kind of interesting.
Yeah, I think I saw that One Piece 2 is still taking another 2-week break.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I wanted to look at what page 19 is. Page 19 is when Tokoyami is telling Hawks that his hands aren't dirty. But I guess it's not like, and also Gigantomachia, but it's not like the whole thing's digital, it's just like the final corrections or whatever. And also, a little bit of news is that there's a new Vigilantes chapter that came out, and I just want to say, if you haven't been reading Vigilantes, I really recommend it, just because you get to see other characters in a different light than you do in My Hero, and like it provides kind of a valuable backstory as well, and like also a little bit, I know Sophie, you were tweeting about like world building, how it, like, My Hero has it, but since it's set in, like, our universe, it doesn't get delved into that much. But I think... Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about it this week, and I was thinking that there's not like a huge amount of world building, but then it makes sense because it's focusing on teenagers, and they're not really interested in, I don't know, stuff. Like, when you're a teenager, everything's very, like, about you, isn't it? It's hard to see beyond that, so it makes sense. But no, someone did comment and they said like, oh, there's so much more world building in Vigilantes.
So yeah, like I think definitely like if you're interested in that kind of stuff, or like you're just hungry for more My Hero and you somehow haven't read Vigilantes, read Vigilantes. It's gotten especially good and it's gotten especially scary. But I don't know, it's cool. But also My Hero itself has gotten very intense, as you can see from this chapter.
I am so excited to talk about this chapter.
Yes. Because, I don't know, it's been, like, stressful to read lately. I think last chapter was kind of a good, like, a little bit of a de-stressor. But now it's, like, stress again. Which, stress isn't bad. It makes it interesting.
Oh, I didn't find this chapter stressful. We'll get into it. I just love it so much. But on that note, are we ready to dive in?
Yes.
Okay, another thing about this chapter, it has my favourite title, I think, of all of them. And this is My Hero Academia manga chapter 272, entitled Good Morning!
Good morning, Baltimore!
I thought we were going to go with Good Morning. Good morning!
And also, Good Morning, Moriocho, from JoJo Part 4.
I was going to add, too, when I first read the title, I thought it said 6,000 morning. I'm like, what?
That G and the D does look like a O. I can see that.
I'm just dumb.
We have been derailed at the first thing.
The title.
Yeah. So the chapter starts with Shigaraki's like back crab as he's screaming into the air, and then we have a pan out of the town that we're currently in, pristine. Nothing's been destroyed. I don't trust that one house that's panel compared to the rest of them. But let's move on.
Video game logic.
Yep. And then we go into Burning, Endeavour's agency sidekick. No one can forget her. I like the way her fire hair's drawn. I haven't noticed like her fire looking like making her look like she's got sticky up elf ears before, but it's cute. And she's running along, she's shouting, if anyone in this neighbourhood can't get up and get out on their own, please let us know. And then below we can see the evacuation process going on. So a lot of people lifting people and beds and things up in the air in a very Santa Claus style. When I first saw this, I was like, Rudolph?
It does look like a sleigh.
Yeah. But there's a lot of people being evacuated and a lot of cars. Also, this entire city will soon be a counter-civilian battle zone. What a way to put fear into people. Trample your neighbours, get out!
Or a counter-villain battle zone.
Ooh, what did I say?
Civilian?
Thank you. And then we go to the Kiddywinks, and Bakugo appears to be shouting at an old lady. And he says, shuttles will take you from here. Get out of this city.
Get out of town.
Because he's like, oh, thank you, young man. Here, have a chocolate bun. And like that people are making her leave her house. And she's like, oh, wait a moment, I must grab my chocolate buns. We can see Todoroki there. He's also helping shepherd people. And Bakugo's like, it'll just make my mouth dry. Forget that crap and get going. And Ochu says, might as well accept her generosity, and she's looking excitedly at that bun. And Bakugo continues, you just want a freaking bun for yourself! So it's just watching it, analysing, like she always says, he even treats old folks like that. Yeah. And then we continue, and Admin Man, who looks like he's got a tail. Can you see that? He looks like he's got his legs at the bottom, and then in the middle he's got like another jean. So it's like he's wearing trousers, and then he's got like a trouser leg for like a tail.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that. Maybe it's like a dinosaur tail.
Yeah. It's Ojiro's dad. And as he's like being wafted away by Ida's hands, he says, "There's a manuscript on paper that I haven't submitted yet, so don't destroy my workplace, okay?" And Ida, "We will preserve and protect your precious manuscript, sir." And then I was trying to find Scarecrow Man's name. Do we know his name?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Is everyone happy with Scarecrow Man?
Yes.
I'm fine. Yeah.
He's got surprisingly big hips, isn't he? He's quite the hourglass figure.
Poopy pants.
It also looks like he's got lights on his hips as well.
Instead of nipple lights, he's got hip lights.
Yeah.
And like he looks like the Mr. Cheese like mascot man of this like cheese that you like string cheese you pull the sides off of.
I think I know what you mean.
I think it's Frago, the brand.
Frago? Okay. He looks like that.
And then the whole reason I wanted to read out the first few pages is because of the panels underneath. And they're so cute. Toys, and we can see all these little cats and dogs, and there's a rat there's a snake, and the little girl just sitting cute as Coda is just leading the animals away to safety. And I'm so glad this panel's been included because it's so cute. People don't talk I feel like Coda's not talked about enough. It's such a cool power, and it's so cute. I know if I was the little girl being evacuated from my city, it would like make my day to see all these like cats and dogs and like snake and mice just like being herded along next to you, like, oh, they're safe too. They really have thought of everything.
And it's like during natural disasters and stuff, it is often that people do have to leave their pets behind. So it is really nice that this is a natural disaster, but they're like making sure to think of that.
Yeah, it's really cute. And we can also see Manga Fukudashi is there, and the other hero behind, we don't know his name either, do we?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. But they're still together in a group. Now we continue with Coda just for the next panel. And the bird's saying, coo, coo. And he's saying, oh, thank you, little one. And then he reports back in saying the 5th ward is completely evacuated. And then we go on to Aeroplane Head. It's with Majiri.
It just makes me think of when I put Hawks' head on an airplane. So.
Oh, yeah.
I love Airplane Man. This is my new favorite character.
It's such a great character design. And he's saying, our group is finished too. And then Najiri's just watching things with her, like, stereotypical in awe face. She's not looking at things seriously. She's still like, ooh.
Yeah.
We go back to Ida, who's saying, we're going to check every single building to ensure that nobody has been left behind in senior homes and apartments. Oh, Ida, I'm so glad you're doing that.
Mm-hmm. Ida's a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
But on the next panel, we see Burning and the students. It says, keep calm, people. No running, please. As Deku in his head saying, he's coming. He says, we're going to have you folks ride this to a shelter outside the city. And then we see Todoroki looking back and sees Deku's kind of like holding his stomach, I guess. And Todoroki saying, Midoriya, what is it? And Bakugo obviously saying, slacking off, huh? What's your excuse this time? And again, he gets a voice in his head. It says, stop him. It says, that's the voice of the first to possess one for all, as we see the image of the first to possess one for all there. And we on the next panel, he says, he hasn't made contact since that one time. And we get more of the voice saying, the blowback will soon be here. We don't have long to speak. As Ochiko says, Deku. Or Deku? Kind of said that weird. It just says, freed from the shackles of humanity, his power now swells. A transcendent one is coming. As Deku looks on towards the mountain, which I believe is that's Jakku Hospital they're looking at. And on the next panel, we get Exless, and he's looking at Shigaraki, who looks like he's already gotten up. And Shigaraki's saying, I'm cold. And we go to Present Mike, and he's still carrying the doctor. And we get scenes of the heroes fighting off some of the Nomus, as well as Endeavor, Gran Torino, Ryukyu. They're all fighting the Nomus as well. And we see the doctor look back, and he's got an expression on his face, and the President Mike looks back. And we see, I guess, stuff starting to get deteriorated at the hospital, and they're all looking surprised. And the doctor has, like, a really, like, happy expression on his face. It looks creepy.
Yeah, we haven't seen him drawn like this, really, before. That I like that shot. It's spooky.
Yep.
Luckily, Gran Torino saves the day, smashing in to grab everybody. And we can also see that the cork containers that weren't already broken are broken. And Gran Torino thinks that's Shigaraki's decay quirk. But wait, it's spreading to things he hasn't even touched. Clearly, someone hasn't read My Villain Academia. And this is the one thing we didn't know about, his enhancements. And he's coming crashing and saying, everyone out of here now! And don't touch the cracks unless you want to wind up dead! I just realized that's 13 there. Oh, 13. And Deku's saying, the hospital, and we see the students reacting. I really like Bakugo, especially kind of looking on in horror. And there's kind of like an aura around the hospital. And we get a close-up shot of said hospital. And everything is blowing. Not blowing up, but like deteriorating. Like and we get to see the heroes like flying. Like Ryoko's flying, carrying people. I really like
this is the first time in like many times this chapter where I've like zoomed in to try and see everyone. And the the like pom-pom hero who was a bit of a shit during the sports. The sports arc, it's been like Bakugo, very nice, she's a girl. She looks like she is gonna be trampled.
Yeah,
because there's her body is like something's collapsing down on him. Native's there. He hopefully will make it out. Izawa doesn't look like he's going to make it out, but we will see. Panda Man is there.
I especially like Panda Man has like another face on his stomach, like a smile user.
Yeah. And 13 is there, and when I first read this, I must have like forgotten what 13's quirk is, and like I'm guessing 13's trying to absorb everything into his or her like it's not dead space, it's black hole, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, and so I zoomed in on 13, and it kind of looks like he's losing his arm, but I think that's where he's like trying to suck things in. So I've got some hope that 13 will make it out, along with this like weird extender arms chap.
I'm
And
kind of
native as well. I like native.
What were you saying, Gary?
Oh, I was thinking that like it doesn't look good for 13, but like technically he's a void, so if the suit gets disintegrated, maybe he'd be okay. I'm trying to be
Maybe
positive.
they might need the suit though. I don't know, to contain them.
Right. Yeah.
I also just like the person with like the long arms, kind of like clawing their way around. I just like that design.
Yeah.
And we get another case of hero bus, because Ryuko's like, get on! And I bet Rocklock is dragon surfing. I think that's Rocklock.
Yeah.
Maybe not. The hair's different, so maybe not.
Yeah, I
I think
couldn't
it is.
tell.
I think maybe could that be his hair in the wind? His
Maybe.
costume looks like Rocklock, but I really like that you said he's dragon surfing. That's the best.
Yeah.
And I also like because of Haikyuu, I'm noticing sound effects a lot more, and I like that really big roomp is like dividing the panels where we see Eraser like kind of throwing his lasso, throwing his like scarf to grab on, but someone else has grabbed onto him. Oh no, the Nomu's got him. But the Nomu is disintegrating, so it's gonna like spread it to him. But now, oh no, it's been cut apart by something. And Deborah is like flying away, and we see that it was Crust who did it. And Crust kind of gives like a thumbs up. And oh my god, Eraserhead, I'm saying every name but the character who is in the panel, is like screaming, and he's trying to like use Eraser, like his eyes are literally bloodshot. And they keep flying away. And we get to see Endeavor is also...
Stop. It's not Endeavor. Endeavor's not here.
That's Endeavor!
That's Crust.
She moved on
Oh,
from
sorry.
Crust.
I moved on to the next page!
You moved on from the death of Crust so quick.
And then we
A
see...
man has died, Kendra!
And then we see his disintegrating body as well. I skipped that panel because it was sad. But yeah, like, Crust is dead.
This is a dark panel because Eraserhead is trying to stop it.
Oh my god, I just got that. Oh, but I guess he needs to see the person to stop it. Oh, that makes it worse. But yeah,
I'm gonna skip through Crust's thumbs up. Like, he's giving him thumbs like, oh, don't worry, Azawa. Like, I know you tried, it's okay. That's his final moment.
And like I wanted him to train Kirishima, but now he's just dead. And I'm like, what the hell? But like I don't know. It's just sad. I don't know.
Hero's death.
Yeah, and it's also kind of like he's already like dead, and he decided that he was gonna save him. Like I don't know. That's a real hero. Like saving people, even if like you're gonna die, and like it doesn't make a difference, but you're gonna make sure that guy gets away. I don't know.
Sorry, I'll let you move on now. I got very attached.
I am very sad for Crust. That thumbs up
Crust
is a
great.
good one. It makes me, I don't know. It doesn't All Might do that too, or All Might does thumbs up or something.
Yes.
So that's especially sad. And then we see Endeavor. It looks like he's going through a waterfall, or I think that's just like the dust behind him, basically.
Yeah.
And he's got Mirko, yay! And he also has somebody else. And I love that shot of Ryuko, where like she's kind of carrying everybody. Now she has Poodle Girl, Like it's a really cramped shot, and like she looks kind of like demonic there, probably because she's like really desperate.
Can we see 13?
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, I really tried to look and I didn't see them.
Oh,
There
but 13's not there, but Poodle Girl's been saved. Oh, I am up in arms about this.
But it's not like we can see everybody because there could be people on Ryukyu's right side still,
Yeah.
I guess.
I
I
have
was like,
hope for 13.
Poodle Girl almost looks like Ochiko in that face.
Oh, I guess. Oh yeah, so I was looking at the claws. Oh yeah. What was I looking at? I think that is Rocklock because now his hair looks more like Rocklocks.
Yeah, no, I'm almost definitely sure that was Rocklock.
And now we get the doctor going, "You had us beat." And we get more destruction panels. I love these big group shots, or like, I don't know, big shots. And we see the hospital falling apart. And then there's like flying bubbles of beds, which when I first read, I just thought they were beds. And I was like, oh, they're just saving the equipment. But there's probably people in the beds. Hopefully they're not drowning.
No, I'm almost certain there's going to be people there and he's not like wasting his energy saving equipment. Not that money's not important, but when I saw this, I nearly cried. I was like, they're saving the patients, yes!
And we see Wash, and I think we saw before that Wash did have kind of like water jet powers, but now we see that it's bubbles, and maybe when they use it, they look like a broken washing machine with the bubbles pouring out. And we see someone who looks like Aoyama, or the cape at least, dying.
Oh no.
Really sad.
I do want to bring it back to Wash. Now he kind of reminds me of a Mega Man villain.
Oh.
I want to say Mega Man 2, but I'm not sure. I think I've mentioned that before.
And we see people like trying to drive away, like the destruction has extended even onto like the road because like someone's like tipping over. And the wild pussycats are running, and a girl whose name I forget tries to stop it with her rock powers.
Pixie Bob.
Oh,
Pixie Bob.
Pixie Bob, because Mandalay is the one telepath, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one who got her quirk nicked. Is that her?
No, that was
Ragdoll.
Ragdoll.
Oh, I am confusing all my pussycats.
Gotta keep track. I cannot. And
I love this panel. Sorry, I really should let you read, but I'm too emotionally invested. When he just looks round and he thinks that she's following, but she's not. She's like trying, because her quirk, she can control the earth, can't she? So I guess I wonder, like, if how deep down into the earth she can effectively, because like if she can bring the earth up down from the bottom and keep trying to like bring it up at like a quicker rate than it's being destroyed, the pussycats might have a chance of escaping. But she's the one who really wants to get married, isn't she?
And we get that last kind of a shot of like the earth disintegrating. I want to go back a panel and or to the other page and say I really like the truck that lifts up with the door on the side. I just think it looks cool. But oh no, disintegrating earth. What happens next?
Then we have more disintegrating earth. And I'm kind of wondering that last panel, like if Pixie Bob is like because she put the earth upward, so it's not going forward, it's coming down, so she is giving a little bit of time. And so I think it's kind of effective. I hope she survives. She's one of my favorite pros. But anyway. Okay, then we get some buildings disintegrating. And who's talking? The doctor? He says, all your work in progress was building toward this today. But now we witness a miracle, or something even greater. Plus Ultra. Shigaraki has awakened. So we see Shigaraki again within the rubble. And all that you heroes have built, he will undo upon waking. And then we get like a panel of the entire city as things are falling apart. And we have the doctor, and he yells with a very large mouth, victory is ours! And then we see Deku, and he's using all one for all, and he says 45%. St. Louis smash, Air Force. And so there's like a wind attack, kind of keeping things at bay, kind of like how Pixie Bob was doing, shifting the ground upward so it's not going direct. So then Bakugo yells, "Get these people moving!" And Burnin says, "Endeavor! Hey, Endeavor!" And then finally Deku says, "Everyone run!" And that's it.
Mm-hmm. Sophie, do you want to go first?
I love this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
I love every single page and every single panel. I feel like I can't critique any of it, so I'm hoping that you guys have some critique just to like balance it out, because I don't have any. And there's like, I think it's 6 pages where there's not dialogue, and then there's 1 page where there's only like 1 bit of dialogue. There's really not very much in this chapter, and I hope that when they do the anime, so like when with Crust's death, because there was no sound effects or shouting or anything, I don't know, I feel like it was more impactful because it seemed silent. You know, like in films where like when something really serious happens and everything goes quiet, and like your main viewpoint is just looking round at destruction, and then it makes things more sort of like emotionally impactful because there's less to take on.
Yeah, I think it would be cool if they like completely cut like the background music. I wonder if they will do a sound effect for the disintegrating thing, but I kind of hope not. I do really like the idea of just like silence.
Yeah, if there's less like sensory stuff to take in, there's more time to take in like the emotional impact of what's going on, and I feel like I really felt that on these pages where there's no speech. And when we see Pixie Bob and she's possibly like sacrificing herself, we don't know, I feel like that was more impactful. Wash saving, when like we see Wash and he's trying to save the patients as he runs away, but then next to him those heroes that were trying to escape are being disintegrated, so I also feel a bit like precarious about how Wash might do.
Yeah.
But I feel like for me the silence of it made everything more impactful. And then especially after that we go straight away into the huge destructive sweeps taking the town out. That was one aspect that I really liked. And I liked how at the start of the chapter things were more calm. Like we started off with the rest of the students and then evacuating everyone, and we had the cute panel with Coda and the little kitty cats. And then we like got into the destruction afterwards. It didn't like start with all the destruction. I feel like pacing wise that was really helpful to take everything in more rather than just bam.
And especially starting with like the shot of the city and then later on showing us the city destroyed, I think is a really good like kind of tactic or like demonstration of it. Sorry to interrupt, but I just thought it was cool.
No, you're right. It all really helps with the build up. And I think because we got so much build up throughout just this chapter, like I am eager to see next week's chapter, but because we had so much now, I'm not as like, oh, I need to see next week, because this week's chapter was so satisfying. I feel like I could just reread it and go in and try and like look at the only other bits. Actually, I do have a minor criticism. I said this as we were having like our little chit chat before we started recording. I've been zooming in so much on some of these pages, and you can do that on the computer a lot easily, but when you get it in the book manga format, I don't know, maybe I'll invest in a magnifying glass. Because some of the characters, they'll be so small on the paper version, it might be more difficult to see how they are, but to see who they are. But that's a very minor nitpick, because I'm trying to think of something bad because it's so good.
And it'd be hard to print out as well if you think about it.
And on like double page spreads, it's double page, so some of them are in the creases. So I wonder, like on page 10, there's a girl like right in like the right hand corner. So I wonder if she might go in a crease. Like I don't think we're really trying to knock Horikoshi. She's just kind of noticing the like how the medium affects the message. I guess.
But it's so good. it's and even just like all the art of the. Well, I say this every week, like these like destructive arts where you've got so many like little bits of like pebbles and things broken out. I hope he's got a big. I'm sure he must have a huge team working with him now to do these backgrounds, but it's a lot to fit in just like 1 week with it all being so detailed, and it's done so well. On terms of what happened, it's really cool that Izuku got to speak to like the hero, like the brother that started everything, and we got to see like more of his face. He's got one eye. Why do mysterious characters always seem to have a hidden eye? Such a trope. He's got a hidden eye.
You also see Nana in the background, and she looks kind of weird.
Yeah, I guess it's just half her face.
Yeah.
She looks very chill. She's enjoying her
She's just like
lifelong retirement.
I just love that there's some dude's ear.
I wonder if that's the Hellboy guy.
I don't think it is. I think because there's a bit of hair above it. Or is he bald or does he have hair?
I think he was bald.
So I don't think it's him. But I don't. Sorry.
But it's so good that we've got the build up of everything. And the last page where Flame's like, Endeavour, hey Endeavour, where are you?
Yeah.
I know it's going to be serious, but for some reason I just imagine him popping up out of the rubble like a Diglett. I'm here, hello. Dig your way out. But I don't know. It feels like I really don't think Endeavour's going to die now and then they just find him in the rubble. I don't think that's how they're going to kill his character off. So I don't think we have any like immediate danger that Endeavour's going to be dead. I don't see that being his death.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see. And when they said, what was it? A transcendent one is coming, freed from the shackles of humanity. His power now swells. The blowback will soon be here. When he says the blowback, I feel like is he talking about Shigaraki?
I thought he was talking about the blowback that happens whenever they try to reach Deku, but
yeah, that's what I wasn't sure about because I think it would be cool if it was a little bit of both, maybe.
Yeah, I have so many questions, and I don't even want to hypothesize over what it is. But no, it's really cool. 10 out of 10 for this chapter. Can't give it more praise. James, what do you think?
Oh, this is going to be hard to follow. Okay, I will say that for the first 5 pages, it's just sort of comedic until everything just gets super dark. But I'm just going to talk about a little bit of what I liked about like the beginning. I liked the chocolate bun lady. That was really good. And all the kids just being, kids. That's all cutesy stuff. But then we get the Midoriya tingle. I know that someone's coming.
I love that name.
Yes. It's from the Spider-Man Far From Home. They call it the Peter tingle instead of the Spidey sense.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I like how it started out, just because like we weren't prepared for like what was gonna happen next. There's just destruction all over the place. I will say that rest in peace, Xless, because he was just like ground zero. There's no way he's alive. Although I do find it suspicious, wondering who Endeavor has besides Mirko.
Oh, I think it's
Because I was looking back, and it's not the same outfit as Xless' outfit.
No, I think it's who's that other lady? There was another lady hero that was there, the ninja one.
Oh
yeah.
I forgot about her.
I think she's a sidekick, but she kind of has the Emily aesthetic. But yeah, we've seen her before.
Yeah, I don't think we last saw her since like chapter 260 or something. But anyway, carry on.
I was just wondering who that was. But this really reminds me a lot of Infinity War, where everybody's just getting disintegrated. A lot of parallels to that, as well as Akira parallels, because Akira kind of does the same thing, where he destroys everything like that. So there's a lot of similarities to that. I will say that Pixie Bob's sacrificed. I hope she makes it out okay. I like Pixie Bob. But honestly, other than that, I mean, this is a really good chapter. I can't really say any more than what Sophie has already said.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry. I think I,
No,
in
that
my
is okay.
excitement, rambled on too much.
That's
But
good.
I mostly agree with what Sophie said. So
I guess I'll go. I did really like this chapter. I really like kind of how it starts out quiet and then it slowly builds, and we do get to see a little bit of the kids kind of doing like Hero the rescue stuff. And I think like Baku is still being a jerk, but he's definitely improved a lot. And I just like his logic that a chocolate bun will make his mouth dry. Emergency exit Ida is showing people the exit, which I think is cool. I guess my only problem would be that like, okay, or how do I word this? I really like that so many of the heroes got away, because I was really afraid that like everyone was going to die, but these heroes are still like pretty competent, so most of them get away. But then like it kind of makes Deku trying to kick Crumbling with only 45%. Kind of was, I was like, really? That's not gonna do anything. So I was kind of a little bit annoyed, but like he basically only he has punchy kicky powers with like a bit of sending an air force, like a smash like air thing attack outwards. But I just worry, and I guess also I think Bakugo is saying, or I guess Deku's also saying everyone run, but Bakugo's saying like get these people out of here. So I wonder if maybe that's him signaling that he is also gonna try to like blast. How do you fight decay? I guess is the real question. And I do wonder, I think, does Shigaraki's disintegration affect himself? Like, why isn't he getting disintegrated?
No, I don't think it affects him. I think when he doesn't use it or doesn't like fully embrace himself is when he starts to get all eczema and crusty.
Mm-hmm.
Is the take I took away from his flashback.
Yeah, and I do wonder if maybe Exless, it'll be like a silly cop out that Exless is alive somehow. But I feel like no, because Crust is like dead. But I do like just the little line of Shigaraki saying he's cold, because it feels so like normal, and it kind of snaps. So
Someone get him a blanket.
that's like
Stop, just get him a blanket.
He's in shock. And like I really like, we keep seeing like new ways of drawing the Doctor. Like he was very comedic earlier with his like shock faces, and now he's kind of like whatever the hell he's doing there. I guess he does go a little bit back to comedic.
He's caricature without being like too caricature, I think.
Mm-hmm. But I just really, really like just that panel of the kids looking back, because especially when we just saw like, or I guess the heroes do the cool stuff afterwards, but it's just a reminder that these are kids. Like they have their preliminary hero license or whatever, but they're still just kids, and they were like brought here. So I'm just like, I don't know, I'm worried. So I like this chapter, but it also like stresses me out because I'm like, Deku, what are you doing? You're gonna get disintegrated. So and I feel like I'm a little bit annoyed. Like everyone seems to be able to fly, or like because in the city everyone's like flying stuff around. But I really like the chapter. I'm just like worried, and I'm worried for Deku because it seems like kind of everything is like overwhelmed. Like everything's so powerful. But who knows? I don't know. I'll pass. Gary, what are your thoughts?
I was gonna add too, like with the flight thing, like this series is kind of unique because in most hero worlds, flight is a common thing, and we didn't really see anybody with the flight quirk until like Ryukyu, and then we saw Hawks and a couple more now, so it was kind of unusual until recently. I did enjoy the chapter. I again want to see what's gonna happen next. And we're finally getting to like the culmination of this whole hospital part of the story, so I'm excited. It looks like we're going to get the students next because at the very end that's who we see, so that'll be exciting. Interesting that they weren't running from the disintegration coming at them, and they had the most time because they're the furthest out, I'm assuming. I also really like Pixie Bob, and she's still, even if she doesn't die, she is self-sacrificing, so that's cool. The what I'm worried about the most going forward though is whether or not that gentleman's manuscript got rescued or not. I envision like Ida running back into the city to get that manuscript because he said he would. But no.
That's the real issue here.
I know that's on everybody's minds, Horikoshi. So yeah, overall it was an exciting chapter. I definitely was excited to read it as it was going on and knowing what was happening. So good job, Horikoshi.
Mm-hmm. And like kind of for the art again, I really like the paneling. I already talked about like the sound effect separating, but also like the panel kind of like bisects Eraserhead a little bit. So kind of like adds to the urgency where you like especially feel his danger. I don't know. But
I was gonna I was gonna add one more thing. Like with Crust, and I know this isn't what's gonna happen, but like he has the ability to like make his skin that kind of crusty, shieldy, scaly thing. We've seen that before. And in the X-Men comics, there was a arc, and this was like up close to 20 years ago, so it was a long time ago. But Emma Frost got killed basically when she was in her diamond form, but they were able to put her back together like a puzzle, and then she was back to life once they did it. So I'm like, I wish they did that with Crust. I know they didn't, but I don't know. I like him.
You're giving me hope, Gary. You're giving me hope.
There's one thing I can do for you.
Oh, because I'm looking, I guess, I was thinking like, oh, he's still able to use his quirk even when he's like half disintegrated, so maybe he's like still alive, but like when he sent out his shield thing, he was still mostly there, and then afterwards he disintegrates, and then we literally see him crumble apart.
Yeah.
So that's what I wonder, like, how much can Recovery Girl heal?
No, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Even if he got disintegrated and they thought they could pick him apart, how are they going to know which bits are him and which bits aren't in that record? He's dead. He's not coming back. I'm sorry. I'm going to shatter your hopes.
I was going to say, maybe there's somebody with a quirk that is really good with puzzles, and that's like a quirk.
Yeah. Eutheria from Dr. Stone can come arts and craft them back together. I know it's not true, Sophie.
I think Crust was gonna die anyways, so I mean he might as well have done something to help Eraserhead.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry to shatter your dreams.
And I think Sophie or one of us mentioned the Transcendent one. That's a very interesting, I guess that's kind of like the transcending quirks. So I want to know, I really hope we get to see more from the original user of One for All, especially because they kind of look like Shigaraki, I guess just because of the white hair. And also, the Ochiko shot, she looks cross-eyed, and it bothers me.
Maybe she is cross-eyed. She's so excited for those chocolate burns.
I love that she just wants food.
Okay.
But, yay, good chapter!
If no one has anything else to add, I think that's the end of our manga portion.
This is my hero academia.
Okay, so this is the second part of the episode, and we want to talk about character design. So it's not going to be structured as one of our top 10s. We're going to sort of go through and talk about our favourite character designs and some of the most unusual ones. But we're only going to be speaking about characters' names who we know. So there's a lot of, like with this chapter and the aeroplane head guy, there's a lot of really great character designs that we don't know the name of the character and there's nothing else to them. So unfortunately, we're not really going to be talking about those. We'll just be talking with the named ones. So we'll start off with Hwane. I feel like the most out there character design is probably Shoji, because I mean, like, Mina's pink and she's got horns, but she's still, like, her body, she's still got like a human body and she's still pink and cute.
Mm-hmm.
Koda's got like a normal, from what we can see of his outline, but it's just a bit bouldery, like a normal human body. His head and his hair is just unusual. Shoji is the only one who's like quite out there, and there's still the big mystery of what's under the mask.
Yeah, I will say Coda too. But
I did write down Bakugo just because I really like his hero outfit. Like, I really like his gauntlets. Like, I think it's a really cool idea of kind of like hand grenades. But it's not like out there. It's just like, I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Mineta in this
He-
category.
He wears a diaper. No.
No,
Yeah.
I don't mean costume. I just mean the fact that he looks a lot different from most characters in the series, except for like Recovery Girl and Gran Torino being that small.
I think his character design has been matched really well with his personality. Like, he's kind of like the creepy comic relief, and his character design matches that.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, he stands out, like, not in a good way, but just from the other characters. But, like, definitely, I would say Shoji and Koda and even Tokoyami in Class 1A are pretty out there.
I don't know why I didn't mention Tokoyami. He's got a bird face, and I was like, yeah, he's normal.
I guess like the rest of his body is normal though. For Tokoyami, like he kind of got me into the series just because I kept seeing people talk about him, and I was like, hey, what's with the bird face? So I read it. So I really like that. And also just kind of I like that Hagagure, she is like straight up invisible, which I think is kind of like an interesting choice to do for like one of like kind of the main supporting characters. But it just nothing's really been done with it, I guess, is my only issue.
Yeah,
But
it's not like original either.
yeah. I would just say like she's always invisible, which I kind of like. It's not like she turns it on and off when she likes. She's just, or as far as we know. But, What were you going to say, James?
No, I was gonna say nobody mentioned Sero on his character design. I like his tape. I like his tape elbows, and his
Ooh,
costume. And his costume design is literally just a tape.
Yes, like his helmet. I love it a lot.
Tape
I like
dispenser.
his teeth too.
Yeah.
I guess like his helmet like spooks me because sometimes he'd be wearing it and be like, wait, who is that again? So I don't
He
know.
wears t-shirts, and I don't know how he gets it on over his body
Elbows.
because his t-shirts are normal fitting shirts. They're normal. How's he fit his elbows in them? In those in the normal sleeves.
I guess
Unless they're all secretly Velcro, and he's also I don't know. But
I feel like he couldn't wear long sleeves, maybe, but like short sleeves,
Yeah.
if like the hole is big enough, like maybe he just has baggy like arm holes.
I was just saying maybe it's like a flexible material or something that stretches.
yeah, because we know that Ojiro gets his like when they all went to the shopping mall, when there was like a tiny little panel where it said, "Oh, people can get clothes especially made for their quirks," and then they focused in on his he gets them tailored made, his trousers. But I don't know. I know he's got a tail, but I don't think he's very like him and Invisible Girl. I know what you're saying. Like as far as we know, she doesn't turn it off, but I don't think they're the most original designs. I think that's why I brushed past them. I don't know why I brushed past Tokoyami.
And kind of going back to Tokoyami, I did want to comment that I do like that he's bird head and then human body. Like I think that's pretty unique.
Yeah, and he's so skinny as well, such a big head.
What weirds me out for him is that apparently it's not feathers, apparently it's hair.
Yeah.
Which like isn't I don't think it really is demonstrated in the drawing. Like I feel like it's drawn like it's feathers.
Yeah.
I want to get a panel where he like lends some wax to Kirishima. But so then if we move on to Class 1B, and I think they by far have the better character design. I love Class 1B's character design. Like even the way that like Kendo and Tokage, who's a tail cut, their hair is designed is much better than like a lot of the girls in 1A. So actually I'm thinking about that. No, it's not. I like their hair too. Scrap that. But like we've got Togure, who is the lizard. What's his like razor sharp? Is his quirk, isn't it? Like lizard, the praying mantis guy.
Mantis, yeah.
Yeah.
Jack
His
Mantis, I guess.
Yeah, his character design is like my favourite for 1B. I feel like he's the most out there. But then even like, do you remember when we first saw manga Fukadashi in the in the manga, and we were like, we must know more, and people just clocked onto it like, we must know more about manga, and every time people saw manga they were like, what is this?
I think people thought that manga had like a tiny head or something, and we didn't get that he was like people could see his speech bubble.
Yeah, that's such a cool design as well. And then Jozu Hononuke. It's such a bold
I
move to have no
love-
lips.
Yes, he's so spooky looking. And I really love his helmet too for his like hero outfit. Like I love Hononuke. Like he's kind of scary looking, but he is like my favorite Class B character.
I want to watch Jozu Hononuke and Bondo, the guy that like makes glue. I want to watch how they both eat. How does their character design affect how they eat? Honestly.
Hmm.
Well, same with manga.
How does
Yeah.
it eat?
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that?
He just reads Food Wars and then he's fed.
Yeah.
Honestly,
and
Class B has like the better designs.
And I like Rin. I like Rin's hair. Hero Rin, the guy who like dresses like a Japanese vampire or Chinese vampire.
Chinese, yeah.
Oh, Scales.
Scales. I like his braids. Braid. And
I'd say
I think you mentioned Bondo. I love Bondo. He's just
Yeah.
weird looking.
Even the Beast guy is great. The only criticism I have for 1B is that I always get Weldy and the guy who makes Solid Air confused always. But everyone else's character design, they're all so memorable that I feel like I can't forget them. Like even the girl the poltergeist girl, her character's so well designed, like the way she stands with her hands like that.
Yeah.
It
T-Rex
really,
arms.
yeah, it like adds to her like unusual kind of alternative style.
Oh, I don't like Gyrate because Gyrate I always forget who he is, like
Yeah.
constantly.
I'd say my top two here are Juzo Hananuke and Kuro Iro. Even though it's just basically he's got pitch black skin, but I still think it looks really cool.
Why does he have
Yeah.
white hair? It doesn't make any sense. He should have black
Probably just from a design standpoint,
hair.
Yeah.
black on black.
Commit.
The girls are a little bit boring. None of them have got like a. That is something actually.
Yeah.
There aren't that many female characters that have got really, other than the throwaway character Habuko Mongoose.
Oh yeah.
There aren't very
yeah.
many female characters that have got like designs where you'd think, oh, that couldn't be sexy.
Yeah, like most of the female designs are kind of boring. Like I do like Mirko's one, which I think is cool, and like I guess maybe Ryuku, but other than that, they're not much to write home about.
Yeah. And like there's a whole big category that I've kind of ignored because they're all just like animal quirks, and there's so many of them, and they are really cool. But I feel like they're not as striking, with the only exception being Spinner. Because I think you look at him and you're like, you do a double take, whereas the other ones will be like, oh, there's like a sexy bunny, and then you've got like the dog policeman and like the cat nurse or whatever. And so they're very like, they seem more like approachable because they're like cute and fluffy. And then you go to Spinner and you're like, whoa, that's some bright hair and scales. So did anyone want to say anything else about Class 1B before we move on to the rest of the characters?
I would say she's not in Class A or B, but I do like May's design. Like I like her hair, and I really like her like steampunk aspect to her. I just think she's cool. That's probably maybe I don't know.
But now that we've seen Bibimi, I mean, she's not got the coolest design of the sports students anymore. I mean, it's only two, but
Agreed.
those curls, man. So then we're still talking about students. The guy from I can never pronounce their school, Ketsubutsu, who's with that group. You know the blue guy, Shikuki Makabe?
Oh
He's got an
yeah.
interesting design. Like he's all blue. He's got no nose. He kind of looks a bit like a beautiful rock. But then his calves are hairy.
Oh, are those his boots?
I don't know if they're his boots or they're his calves, but they're really. Why are they so hairy? And then he's got a puffer jacket, and then he's got a gold chain.
Oh
That fur and the gold chain and the puffer jacket.
What's
It's weird that that's his hero costume.
Yeah.
Basically like Ugg boots.
I guess his quirk is stiffening, so maybe if he stiffens the hairs, he can throw them like needles.
He looks like a turtle. Like the head, the mouth part.
Oh, he does look like a turtle. He's so cute.
If he opens his mouth, like, are the line? There's this mouth, and then there's like sticky uppy things. Are those teeth?
Oh,
I
little
thought that
turtle.
was part of his mouth. Yeah.
Oh, the sticky up bits. Yeah, that's part of his mouth.
But it like splits his head. Like, he is so cute. He has a very round head. Like, I love him.
He is very cute. And then there's for the other school, probably the most outlandish design we saw was the cousin It. You know, the just fully hairy guy.
Oh yeah.
But I still like when I think of like great character designs, none of them tick the box for me. Before we go into heroes, are there any other like student character designs that people want to talk about?
Not really.
Yeah, I'm good.
Who are your favourite hero designs?
I guess maybe I'll go first. That's okay. I really like 13 because I just love like the puffiness of it and kind of the astronaut, like kind of otherworldly feel, kind of fitting in with like Black Hole. It's kind of like shaped like a friend.
Yeah, that's a really cool one.
And I don't know if I should just list them all off or do we want to alternate?
Just talk about your favourites, then we can go to someone else, I guess.
I also really like All Might. I really like the shading on his face and kind of like the dramatic lighting he's always under, which I think is really cool. I also like Wash just because it's just so funny that they're a washing machine. Like, I can't get over it. And like I did kind of confuse them with 13 during this chapter somehow, even though that's entirely on my end. I guess just kind of they're both kind of like boxy in their body. I really like Fat Gum, also shaped like a friend, and also like I think it's just like kind of a nice choice to like not everyone has to be like super skinny all the time. Like, it's nice to kind of have a bit of alteration in the characters. And I think that's all the hero. Yeah, those are all the heroes that like really stood out to me.
James, Gary, do you have anything
I was gonna
first?
say I'll go next. Some of my favorite hero designs, like first of all, I love Godzilla, just because he's literally Godzilla, and he's got like flames for his like hero costume has like flames on it.
And
Just, like, so
he's
over
from
the
the
top.
first film?
Yeah, he's from Two Heroes.
And it looks like he's dressed like Elvis Presley too, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I love everything about his design, but mostly just because we have Godzilla as canon. Another one that I found interesting too was Gang Orca, just because he's an orca and like his powers are orca powers. But I love his design too because he's kind of dressed like a mafia boss too with the white suit and stuff. Another one too is Mr. Brave, just because he reminds me of like, I want to say a Dragon Quest character in a way, but
Is
I like
he
how
from Vigilantes?
no, he was in the Shihasakai arc, and he was in the couple of chapters back. He's a pro hero, but we just don't really know too much about him, honestly. We just know that his quirk has like hair swords.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
He's the Sideburns hero.
Yeah, that's him. But I just like his design as like just his like Dragon Quest-ish design. And I think that'd be it for all my good designs that I liked.
I just remembered he's not a hero, but I do love Dog Cop.
Yeah, Dog Cop is the best.
This is a dog. But Gary.
So my very favorite of anyone, and it's not that like bizarre, but it is Endeavor. Like, I really like his design a lot, and that's why I was like willing to like forgive a little bit of his personality. But no, I like how the flames are and that he's ultra macho. And then next would be Best Jeanist, and it's not like his body or anything, but just his costume is. I have never seen anything like it, to my recollection.
Who was that again? Sorry.
Oh, Best Jeanist.
Yes. Oh, Denim all the time. He's such a It was in the 90s, wasn't it, when Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake went out and they're like matching all denim outfits. Makes me think of that every time.
That's amazing. Yeah, I remember that. The other one too, like I don't even know what is going on with them, but it's Backdraft. Like, is it an eye? Are we looking at skin? Is he like just a hose? I don't know these answers to these questions, but it's pretty wild.
Yeah, he has got a really great design. I forgot about him. He's so weird. And we saw him from the start as well. He's another one. Justice for him and Deaf Arms. We saw him in chapter 1, Backdraft.
Yeah, and he's present during the current arc too, so hopefully he's okay, but again,
I was like looking at the panel, I don't know.
yeah, I know. I'm trying to be hopeful.
Yeah, I'm trying to squash that hope.
I know. But yeah, you can tell that Horikoshi was like really experimenting with his design, so I appreciate that. How about, okay, this one is another one that's not like super extreme, but I think it's just out there enough for me to be like, okay, what? But Takashita, like the friend of Gentle, growing up, like I just like that he has like bamboo strapped to the sides of his head. Like, what is that about?
I just like him because he's cute. Do you think they're attached to his head, or do you think it's just like he puts them there?
I think they're part of a costume. That's my guess.
It would be funny if they were his ears.
Yeah, it would be. But I think we've seen him without them, though. Like in the civilian, like when he was a student. But that's all I have, Sophie. Why don't you go ahead?
Cool. So like everyone, I had Wash, but then also I feel like he's kind of been forgotten. The equipped hero, Yorimusha, you know, the one that everyone thinks is Gimli.
Oh yeah.
Because when we saw him in the anime, because in the manga we saw him from like the side, but when we saw him in the anime from front on, he's got quite a small face in this helmet, and then he's got these huge shoulders. Like Endeavor's character design is really great, but it doesn't make me think like, oh, that's unusual, because he's so like he's really muscly, well proportioned. But the equipped hero has got these like he's really wide. He's got these really big like shield arms and like these wide looking shoulders. So I wonder if he is just like got this really big torso, or if he's a tiny man under there just with loads of padding.
I just always confused him with Crust for some reason. Like I always called him Crust instead of the other guy. But I think he's cool.
Mm-hmm. And then the only other one I have for the heroes before we go on to the villains is Centipede. And I know, like I've been putting all of the animals in one clump, but I think mostly from what we've seen of Horikoshi, it's like the cute animals, and you can argue whether you think Gang Orca's cute or not. I think whales are cute. They look so soft, and I want to stroke them, even though they're not fluffy. But Centipede looks creepy. I would vote for him as number one of the heroes that look like they should be villains. I would switch him out for Gang Orca any day.
I do make an argument for Ectoplasm as well. He looks pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Good point. He also, he looks really, he looks quite scary, doesn't he? But I think it's maybe because we've seen more of him, and we've seen a lot of Centipede, but not a huge amount. And I also want to know what's under the gloves. Does he have normal hands? Is he one of the characters with just like an insect head, and then the rest of him's normal, or does he have like insect hands? I'm scared of centipedes. I think that's all I can wrap it up as.
I guess, okay, not for kind of going back for a bit for heroes. I do like, I'm looking at them now. I like Kamui Woods just because I love it really funny when he like opened the water bottle and then he realized he couldn't drink it. So it's just like, is that a helmet? Like, what's his deal? And also, I have to say, Hawks, he's hot. He has feathers. He's very dramatic. He looks cool.
I forgot one too. I forgot Selkie, the seal guy.
Oh, yeah, he's cute. And then if we go on to villains, um, and like noticeably when I was looking at this, all of the villains have got like all of the ones that have got quite like out there character designs. This is why I mention it quite a lot, but I really want to like learn more about how people with like physical manifesting quirks are perceived by the public on like their everyday trials, because so many of them look scary. Like they're not like a cute little kitty cat or like a sweet little bird. No,
Yeah.
like moonfish. Who
Oh
can
my
think
God,
of a more
yeah.
terrifying character design than moonfish?
Oh.
If we were like gonna pick least favorite, that would be Moonfish. Oy.
But no, seriously, can anyone think of a scarier character design in My Hero than moonfish?
All for One. All for One's just like scary looking.
But then if you didn't know about his character, would you think he was scary looking, or would you just think
His weird like breathing apparatus thing.
Honestly, I think Sophie might be right. As like,
Yeah,
he's the
honestly,
creep.
I can't really argue. He is the creepiest.
if you-
Like,
if
you
you-
look at him and you're like, ugh!
If you take Nobu's out of the equation, because I don't think Nobu should count.
I think even including Nomu for me, because Nomu are like so out there with their design, they're like hard to consider. But since he has like some human traits, Moonfish, like I would like to describe it as best as I can. I don't like looking at Moonfish. Like when he appeared,
Yeah.
I just didn't want him to appear.
Same. Like I like don't like him, so like he scares me, and like we can only really see his mouth, so he feels like outlandish to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if his character wasn't like a crazy villain and he was just normal, he would look like everyone else. But because he's got that horrible straight jacket and he's like his lips are being pulled apart and you don't see like his eyes or anything, he just looks really. Oh, he's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I looking at him? Get off my screen, cursed character.
For not like terrifying, I really like Shigaraki's design just because I love the hands. Like when we first see him at USJ, it was kind of like, what the hell is that? Just because like the hands are so bizarre. And I would say the Doctor, just because I love that he kind of looks like that Doctor at the start, and the kind of steampunkness and kind of how Horikoshi's playing around with his facial expressions makes him like a really fun design when he should be just like a normal looking old man. And who else do I like? I like that Mr. Compress changes his mask a lot. I just think it's cool, and he has kind of like the gentleman-y appearance. And also I'm gonna say Johnny and Mocha because they're terrifying little runaround things, and I want to step on them.
I was gonna pick them too.
Sorry.
They're so weird.
Yeah, Johnny is. Ugh.
I think in like last episode you're talking about Johnny and how like that would be the scariest thing to wake up to in your room. So like
I said that and I'd completely forgotten Moonfish. Imagine if you woke up and Moonfish was standing at the end of the
Oh my
road.
god, no thanks.
Moonfish. The problem is like Moonfish is like straight up a nightmare. Like I would just die on the spot if I saw Moonfish because I'd be like, he's going to kill me. Like Johnny, at least I could be like, oh, he's just gonna skitter around and like not hurt me. But Moonfish is going to hurt me.
Yeah.
What other villain character designs did people want to talk about?
I will add. Let's see, I just lost his name. Give me one moment. Sora Mitsu Tabe. So he's the one in the Shihasakai that has basically the scarecrow mask.
Oh.
I think he's pretty freaky. Not as bad as Moonfish, but especially with his mask
Oh
off.
yeah. I remember him now.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty wild. He's the one that could like eat stuff. I'd add Rappa too. I think he's got a pretty cool design. It's hard for me to imagine his face being super tiny as his mask suggests, but yeah, he's one I like. Mr. Compress, I want a second because I do like his design as well.
I feel like his outfit and everything is out there, but his actual like character design outfit aside, we haven't he's just a person in like a funny outfit.
Right. It's kind of like how I picked Best Jeanist. Like, I like the design
Yeah.
of the costume in general.
I feel like I just really like the weirdos. Like, James, you go first before I mention the big...
Okay. Maybe I might be talking about the same thing. I don't know, but I do like Jakanto Machia's design. Just because it's very Rocky-like. Kurogiri's design as well, even though we know who he really is, and that makes me sad now to talking about him.
Gigantomachia is like a Pokemon in quirk form.
Yeah,
Basically, yeah.
He's so like he literally looks like rock-like, especially when you see his coloring in the anime. It makes it especially weird, and I'm just like, what's his deal?
I was like, is he a rock? Is he a person? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is he fleshy?
Do you want me to fight for you, master? I will.
Yeah.
But going back to Kurogiri / Loud Cloud, he was. Yeah, I think he was the first, like, actually no, the first villain that we saw was the massive one that was smashing up the town, and he had a very obvious villainous look, and then the Smudge Hero was a not very obvious villain, like, aesthetic, but I feel like Kurogiri's one, he was the first villain that kind of looked not like a stereotypical villain, like, he looked scary, but he's wearing a suit, he's very well dressed.
And kind of how his like outfit kind of tells you, like the kids figure out, like, oh, the collar part is like his actual body, is kind of cool. So you kind of have to like figure out his design, because just by looking at him, you're just like, what is happening?
And he covers himself in that fog, doesn't he? So he might have like a normal face under there.
Yeah, that's what I do. That would be really interesting if, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Does anyone have anything else they want to say about Kurogiri?
I really love the kind of, like, he does seem weird, and then, like, there is more to him, and we kind of find out, like, oh, he doesn't look like the other Nomu. So I think that's kind of interesting, that there's, like, kind of more to him than you'd think. You'd think, like, oh, he's just, like, the Misty dude, but
yeah,
there's a lot more to that design.
James, do you have anyone else you want to say before I talk about the big green lizard in the room that no one's mentioned?
No, I'm fine. You can go ahead and talk about the.
Okay,
I want to mention Spinner.
Okay, Spinner legit, like, makes me think that Stain looks like Spinner. Like, that's how much of a force that Spinner has, is that I forget what Stain actually looks like.
Yeah.
I love Spinner so much. Like, whereas the other characters are, like, the physical animal characters, they're, like, normally just the head of the animal, or, like, hawks with the wings. Even Spinner's hands, his fingers are like claws.
Yeah.
He's just, like, obviously we've not seen all of him, but he just seems like he's just fully, completely, like, just a full lizard. And I love his character design, and I love his, like, vest has got those weird blue spots. Like, why did he go for blue polka dots? What a weird choice. Yeah. And then he's made of scale, so presumably he's got, like, a really strong body, but then he's got those knee guards. Oh no, he climbs, doesn't he? So maybe there's to, like, protect his knees, like, as he's climbing out. I just love him. And then he's got that big, like, sword that we've seen him use, but he's not hugely talented with it. He just kind of, like, lobs it about.
I like his knee pads make me think of Bakugo writing, like, want to be able to kill with my knees on, like, his request sheet. And, like, I love also, like, he calls back to Stain. So, like, he's a villain who calls back to a previous villain, like, deliberately, which is kind of cool. I wish he had a tail. Maybe he cut it off, and that'd be sad.
I feel so bad for Spinner, because we know that, like, the amount of, like, I don't know if it was, like, abuse or torment or, like, giants that he got about looking like a lizard is what drove him to, like, live inside his house and, like, rarely ever come out. And then for his quirk, it's Gecko, and all he can do is, like, climb stuff, but that's about it. And then there's, like, other people that have got, like, Tokiyami's got, like, their face of a bird, and he's got this really cool quirk, but then poor Spinner looks entirely like a lizard from everywhere that we've seen, and he can just climb walls. He got the real short straw there. I was hoping that I don't know. I hope his scales can do something really like cool when he evolves up.
He
I was
really is
gonna
like a Pokemon.
Yeah, like he could if he can like can geckos mold to their background? Not mold, but
That's what I was
Chameleon?
looking
mimic.
up.
You're right though that like quirks can
Camouflage?
do that. Like quirks definitely change. So it would be interesting. I also love like he's a lizard, but he is just legit like a normal dude. And like people treated him like shit. And he kind of just felt empty, and so that's why he became a villain. Like he's not as dramatic as everyone else. So I really like Spinner. I'm like you've won me over the last 3 years with Spinner love.
I don't know why no one else, when we were talking about villains, how did none of you mention Spinner? He's just the best character design.
Like most lizards, geckos can lose their tail in defense, so maybe he lost his tail or something. But
Imagine if he can lose his limbs and he learns to
Ooh.
like just sort of like slowly grow them back. He's like, oops, you think I'm dead? I just lost an arm. And then he like scuttles away and he comes back with an arm regrown.
that would be a cool kind of like, oh, like he didn't realize he could do it because he kind of avoided getting hurt. Kind of like how Twice never really broke an arm before because he was worried he wasn't real. I wonder if he sheds his scales.
Oh, maybe. That'd be so cute as well. I'm only saying it's cute because have any of you ever bathed a tortoise?
No.
Oh, I say you...
Birthed or bathed?
Oh no!
Thinking.
Bathed.
Bathed. Like, because you wash them and you need to help them like take the old scales off. So you like rub them down gently with a toothbrush, and they're really cute when you put them in the bath. And so like sometimes they blow bubbles. I don't know. I'm just picturing Spinner having a great time in the bath. Sorry. Weird tangent.
Apparently geckos can change color. Some of them can.
Oh, Spinner, please please do something. Please be in a fight.
Yes, please, Horiko. Like, I really do. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's definitely something gonna happen with Spinner. Don't die, Spinner. Where's Spinner right now? Spinner's not at the hospital. He's at the other spot. So he's okay.
Yeah.
Right, so are there any other character designs that people want to talk about before we round out?
No. Oh, I do want to say I do like what's her face? Frog girl. Sue. I don't know, she looks like a frog. Or no, she doesn't really look like a frog. I like the way she stands with her hands more than anything.
That's not Sue.
Yeah.
Here it is. Asui Sue.
Yeah.
I like her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like her and her friend Mongoose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like she doesn't really look like a frog. I like her long hair and like a bow. I kind of wish that maybe Horikoshi had gone further with her design.
She's got those big feet.
Yeah, and also her like face is a little weird looking, like really big eyes.
Yeah.
But I don't know, give her a frog head. Don't be a coward.
I'm glad he made her a girl because she was going to be a boy originally, and I feel like a male frog character we've seen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I really wish more of the
She would have
female
been a
characters.
Battletoad.
Yeah. I'm just going to say again, I really wish more of the female characters had like out there designs and not ones that are still quite sexy. Because even like Ryuko, oh, she turns into a dragon with tits.
Yeah,
With big tits.
She's a reptile.
Give me some scary female character designs.
I do like Sue's like hero outfit. I really like her like feet, especially look really cool. Because how do those feet fit in her like normal shoes? It doesn't make any sense.
She has them specially made.
Yeah, but like they don't even look big. That's my problem. Is that they look like they fit in her shoes, and then like we see her hero outfit, and they're like, or I guess maybe they're the same size, and yeah, they're like custom made. Maybe like I don't know. Don't squish her feet. Let her be free. And she does have big hands. I think. I don't know.
Yes.
Appreciate Sue.
Is there anyone else that people want to talk about?
I do. I have a couple actually. Nezu. Can't believe we forgot him.
Yeah.
And Miyashita, of course. I can't like.
When you said characters that didn't have that had names, I was like, oh no, who did Gary pick?
Halfway
Yeah.
through, I was like waiting for Miyashita's time. I was like, Gary's going to mention him for sure.
Well, he doesn't qualify as like a hero or a villain or a student, so we didn't quite get to his category of just a rando.
Oh, sorry, keep going.
I was just gonna say the cutest design I would say is Miyashita. There's also that, like, we've seen him in the manga. He was in chapter, let's see if I can find it, 241. But he looks like a demon basically. His name is Aorio Kuroshishu. He's like a reporter. He's pretty wild.
He looks like a demon, like he's really scary looking. But I think I don't know if he's a reporter, but I think he might be an advocate or something like that.
Yeah, I think. Well, let's see. It says he's a hero expert, so maybe he was like interviewed or something. I can't remember where we saw him, but I know he was in the manga.
Are you talking about the reporter guy?
No, not the one with the horn.
Oh, okay.
He's the guy
he
who
has horns.
looks like a devil.
Yeah, he's the guy that like stirred crap up that I was talking about. He was interviewed, right?
Yeah, the evil looking one.
Yeah, he looks like a
evil.
Toriyama devil.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Cool.
Mm.
Gary, who else did you want to mention?
It's not one of my favorites, but I'm surprised we didn't bring him up. Was Dabi? He's got. I think a lot of people would advocate for him because he's got a really popular design.
Yeah, that's true. How did we not mention Darby?
Yeah.
I think we've seen him so much that his design seems like normal.
Yeah, like compared to a lot of the others, he does look a lot more normal, just like burnt skin almost.
But that when you see like the zoom in and he's smiling and you can see like the skin bleeding with those where he stapled it together. Oh, terrifying.
The Dabi like legit scares me. Like probably even like Shiki is like destroying everything, but Dabi probably still scares me more. Just because like Shigaraki looks like a normal dude, well like Dabi is like scary as hell. I don't know. And also I want to shout out Recovery Girl. She's small, she's cute, she has like a needle cane for some reason. So appreciate Recovery Girl.
James, did you have any Vigilantes characters that you wanted to highlight?
I can't remember his name exactly, but it's Praying Mantis Man.
Yeah.
If you give me a
Yeah.
second, I can find his name.
I know who you mean too. He's good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember his name. It's Kamachi. Yeah, that's his name. I love his design. He's just the praying mantis guy. And then there's Monster Cat as well, who's just a cat that's a buzz.
Oh yeah, he was cool.
I don't even remember that character.
They look like a cat bus that was like going out of control. Also,
As opposed to like the normal cat buses.
like the normal cat bus from Spirit or My Neighbor Totoro.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
I mean, Vigilantes has a lot of interesting designs as well.
I would say my favorite of Vigilantes is actually a girl. Like that's the only girl with like a really weird design. Enigma. She looks kind of normal, but when she turns into like her hero form, she's like this giant black blob with like beady eyes. I don't know. She's pretty wild.
I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, yeah, she's weird looking. I don't like her. Her eyes look like a mouth.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit.
Oh, I didn't realize that was her. I'm just looking at her page now. Yeah. I would also say Sukaichi, All Might's best friend, is like the perfect ordinary looking dude. So I appreciate it that he just looks so normal in like a world. I guess everyone else does kind of look normal too, but he just straight up is just a normal dude. Maybe with weird eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Manuel are just like the most plain design.
Mhm.
Oh, and also Inasa, his like outfit that he wears, his hero outfit, is just I just think it looks really awesome.
It's really well designed with all the like little air vents and things. It must take ages to draw him.
I was gonna say to get dressed.
Yeah, it's
But-
probably a heavy outfit. Good thing he's
Oh.
strong. Do we have any other characters that are outside of like any main series before I highlight on everyone's number one that no one's discussed?
Sorry, I'm gonna go back.
I think that's it. I mean, unless we talk about Heroes Rising, which, like, Chimera was very interesting design. He was just basically a chimera.
Yeah, I really like Chimera.
See, I was thinking Gust Boy. I
I
love him so much now. I want him to turn up in the main series.
All I can think of for Gust Boy is that he kept showing up for our the Gary game.
Yeah,
And, I
that's
don't
why
even
I
know.
love him.
Is he in a game? Oh my god, he looks silly. Like,
I know,
why is
he's
he has
so
fish
great.
lips?
Okay, so thank you for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed going through our favourite character designs with us. I know there's quite a lot there, so I hope you've got your wiki page open. So I'm Sophie. You can find me on Twitter at Choppers Antlers. Kendra, where can people find you?
You can follow me on Twitter at Sniper of My Heart. I do have another podcast, The View from the Top. You can about Haikyuu. I might have said that already, but you can follow that on Twitter at HaikyuuPod. And also email My Hero and let us know what designs did we miss that were clearly amazing. But I'll pass the torch. James, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at That One Welder Guy. I have two podcasts, the Kicking Stones podcast, a Dr. Stone read-through manga podcast, as well as the Weeb Jammin' podcast, where we finally recorded our Fooly Cooly episode, and that should be out soon. And you can follow that at Jammin' Weeb.
And Gary.
You can find me at Wrath of Giraffes on Twitter.
Cool. And you can find the Twitter at www.mhapod.com, myheropod@gmail.com, and at mhapod on Twitter. Keep your life creative and go beyond.
Plus.